Ciao Juventini in Asia! It's official, Modesto is our new technical director. Stay with us! Ciao Juventini! As said, Modesto is our new technical director. Before taking through his role, his background, and what he's going to do, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It doesn't cost you anything and means a lot to us. Let's start. First thing, who is François Modesto? He's a former football player. He was born in 1978 as a player. He played as a defender. He played in serieA for Cagliari, but played for Monaco as well. He didn't have an amazing career as a footballer. I don't remember when he was playing in Cagliari. When he retired, he slowly built his reputation as a football executive. So he had a few international experience. He worked in Greece at Olympiacos in scouting. And after that, he moved to Nottingham Forest. He worked as market consultant. And lastly, he moved to Monza, where he helped Monza to move to serieA. And he worked alongside Galliani. And he helped to sell a few players. One of them is De Gregorio to Juventus. So from that point of view, he has an international experience. He has been exposed to different way of working and different way of doing things. Plus, he built a great net, even outside Italy. One thing that is in line with the commonly way of thinking, he used a lot of data to analyze player. New player, a current player. So it's pretty much in line what commonly does. The next question is what Modesto, because it's French, is going to do at Juventus. And definitely is not a sporting director. He's not going to buy, sell player, he's not going to negotiate deal, extension, loans, everything a sporting director does. Now Juventus doesn't have a sporting director, commonly is doing the role. There are speculation who's gonna be, but will be covered in the next video. So as a technical director, what's gonna do? It's gonna be the bridge between the team and the club management. So let me read exactly in this job spec. He will be the eye and the ears of the management on the training ground. He'll stay connected and close to the coach, Tudor. He will help to understand the mood inside the dressing room. He will help to ensure the players and the coaching staff feel supported by the club. And he might contribute into and provide insights on what type of the player the squad need without directly handling negotiation or contract. Basically, it's the line, it's the bridge between the board the coach. And if you look at what's happened last year, is a figures that Juventus really need. Especially if you analyze what's happened with Motta. Motta was completely detached with the board. Giuntoli was doing his own stuff, Motta was doing his own stuff, there was no connection between. The communication was disaligned. Motta lost the control of dressing room and nobody realized despite a lot of signs. For example, there were contradiction messages between what Motta says at the end of a game and what the player was saying at the end of the game. The squad feel completely disconnected and the club wasn't there enough to manage this tension. Let me give you an example that I've written down here. After Juventus being knocked out from Coppa Italia, Motta made a statement that some players didn't understand, they didn't agree. Danilo was one, Perin was another one. There was no one that was acting as mediator. Giuntoli to step into when is needed. So that's where Modesto comes in. Modesto will read things in the dressing room after the game straight away. Will start coordinate with the player, with the manager, what to say, what not to say. Modesto will, keep everyone together at least. When everyone goes in front of the media, will say the same thing. So Modesto, if you analyze what Modesto does and says, Modesto is someone that's been inside dressing room, so can read behavior, gossip, attitude, comments. He understands player psychology. He's not focused on preparing the game. He's not focused. He's not attached with the emotion of the game. We win, we lose. So he can come to the dressing room after the game where the manager is upset or frustrated or super happy. He can see things differently. As I mentioned before, he can read subtitles if the squad is losing confidence or their attention growing, etc., before the manager sees it. So basically, he's the one that keep all the problem inside and avoid the manager or player exposed in publicity. Another key thing to call it out, Modesto is Tudor man. Tudor gave a list of 3 names and Modesto was one of them. Actually, Tudor that has been playing, has been managing outside Italy. In France, he had a very couple of good seasons in France. He asked for this kind of figures because he understands the role that Modesto could play. Tudor itself needs a sparring partner. He needs someone that understands and can bounce off ideas. Even if he's the head coach, you need to bounce off ideas with people. He needs to bounce off ideas about player. Look, I don't see Vlahovic focus. Understand what's happened. Don't let me step and lose my focus. Think and try to understand psychology of one player, why I have a whole player. So he can delegate things. So it's very different. Modesto will talk on a daily basis with Comolli, while Tudor, he has his day job and he will talk to Comolli on a weekly basis during the technical meeting. If Tudor has issues, if there are problems, Modesto can bring straight away to Comolli and try to elaborate a plan of action. So we don't need to take Tudor away from the day-to-day management of the team. If the management needs a feedback on the team morale or tactical progress, Modesto is the one delivering it. If the management needs a point of view on the manager, Modesto can deliver it. So it's very crucial. He's a super team manager that is going to help the team. One thing we need to be 100% sure, I mentioned before, Modesto will not get involved in football transfer. He can suggest players, he can contact players if he has a personal relationship with them, but he won't be in touch. He can say, I know this player in France, we're talking about Belardi, Tudor has a relation with the Belardi, so is Tudor and director of football? No. Football say, I like Belardi, contact him, his telephone number, his agent, go off. Same thing Modesto can do. So Modesto can talk to the manager and say, you know what, I think in my opinion we need this type of player, we need this type of player. So we can bounce off idea with the manager, suggest with a top manager. He can share recommendation with Comolli, but he's not going to influence, he's not going to make the deal basically. So is Modesto the right man for the job? Let's answer this question in 2 ways. Does Juventus need a technical director? Yes, and I think during my videos already explained this point. Is Modesto the right person of the job? It's too soon to say. There is a lot of skepticism about him. He's too young, he doesn't have enough experience. There is a skepticism even on this figure, another layer on top of the manager. But Juventus needed someone like him. Someone, as I said, knows the dressing room, knows how to talk to player, knows what the player feel, can read the dressing room, is well welcomed by the coach. So the coach is happy to have him around. And he has been in touch. He has been exposed to different way of working, so he can add his input. Definitely Juventus need to rebuild the structure. Definitely the structure they had last year with Motta Junior is not working. Definitely Juventus needs more people, football people inside. You know, if they're French and they come from different background, welcome. I mean, look at all the team, Venezia, Como, everyone is evolving, everyone is changing. We need to stop be conservative and said, you know, we need people that work in Italy. We had Giuntoli, the best DS in Italy, didn't work out for a number of reasons. Let's give these guys a chance. There are 2 Frenchmen now. Why not? I mean, always French people always did a very good job in Juventus. From a player point of view, from a manager point of view, we were not very lucky in the past, but you know, we need to think from a European perspective, we need to think about global perspective. Guys, let me know what you think. I gave you my personal review, I brought some fun. Write down, is the right choice? Do you like this choice? What do you think, Emma Modesto? Very happy to hear the comments and hear your point of view. Let me know what experience did you have? Did you know him? Have you seen him? There are a lot of French and English followers. They're following my channels. Please let me know if you have heard of him, if you experience, if you're Nottingham Forest fans, what do you think about him? And please write down. We can organize a video when you explain and I'm asking you questions. Please, I'm open to recommendation suggestions. Thank you so much for following. It's a long video, but I think I like to do this deep dive into new management figures of new players. And as always, Forza Juve. Bye now. Ciao.